Hey, what's up, my dudes? So I want to give you guys my initial thoughts on Vivian and where I think she can be used and cannot be used. I'm going to go over her real quick. First thing I want to do is preview these base stats. Okay, so she's a Sagittarius mage. I can't think of any other Sagittarius mages. Really nice base attack. Really nice base speed. Looks like she gets some extra crit from her awakening tree. And her defense isn't bad either, but that health is pretty low. Yeah. So that's the base stats. Sorry, I had to look out my window real quick. Alright, pretty good base stats. I mean, for what she wants to do. You don't want her to take damage. And then again, there's her artifact you could put on her to give her a barrier, because her base attack is so high. It kind of gives her a little bit more tankiness there. And with her high defense, like a barrier gives her more effective HP when she's proccing a barrier. So she can be tanky if you're using her artifact, I suppose. So, I'm going to go through her skills over here real quick. Vitality Drain. Smashes the enemy with a rock, increasing the caster's combat readiness by 10%. And that's 15% Moled. A critical hit will increase the caster's combat readiness by an additional 10%, so 25% molded. 20% unmolded. So it's pretty good S1. I mean, you proc dual attacks on her, she gets free combat readiness. Skill 2, Thunder God's Cry. Attacks all enemies with a thunderstorm. Activates Thunder God's Cry again when an enemy is defeated. Each subsequent Thunder God's Cry, activated this way, deals decreased damage and can be activated up to 3 times. Moled, it just increases damage. It's her soul burn to increase damage. I'm not sure what the multipliers are. I don't think they're bad multipliers. And then the skill 3 is Mana Amplification. Fully amplifies mana, granting immunity for all allies for 3 turns, before granting increased attack greater to the caster for 3 turns, while increasing attack of all allies except for the caster for 3 turns. So, she's an interesting unit. It seems like between her and like Lulika, it seems like the units that they're trying to release have kind of more of a niche kit, and seems like they're trying to perform like dual roles. But I don't know, like units that are good do more than, you know, like I'm taking this from Lilac, but units that are good do more than 3 things, three or 4 things. So like a perfect example, like for a mage that does multiple things, would be like Bassar after his buff. You know? He does a lot of different things. This mage, who's actually Earth 2, just like Bassar is, like, how many different things does she do? You know, she has a little AoE here, and like, gives everyone attack buff. That's about it. She doesn't really do much more than that. I mean, she grants immunity too, but that's, you know, on one skill. It's not really doing anything extra. It's nice. It's a good ability, but in a PvP situation, like, she just doesn't do enough, I think. And her S1's nice. She's got decent damage potential. Like, I haven't looked at her multipliers at all, so I'm assuming they're good, because I'm leveling her right now. I did manage to pull her, because I want her for Dog Walking and Banshee and Asthmatic 11. So that's why I was pulling for her, because I don't have Vildred. You know, I don't have, like, any consistent AoE that I want to level. Like, I could level Clarissa or something, but that's not really something I'm interested in leveling. So I was like, well, I'll try and get her. She'll definitely help out in Banshee, and she'll definitely help out in Asthmatic 11. So if you're struggling with those, like, this banner's still up for about a week. Do a couple summons on her. If you're really stingy with your Skystones and your bookmarks, I would just pass on her, to be honest. But, do I think she can be used in PvP? Possibly, but there's just better options to use. She just doesn't do, like, her only thing is, like, she AoEs, right? I guess if you're going up against squishier targets, like, she could cleave them, but there's still better options to cleave with, like BBK, Vildred, Arbiter Vildred, Dizzy. Like, there's just better options to cleave with. Could she work? Yeah, but you're making everything harder on yourself, I think, by trying to make her work in PvP. At least in a Guild Wars situation. PvE, or like Arena, maybe in lower tiers, I could see her working in a cleave. If you triple Esther, she could be nice for a fat attack imprint on another cleaver, so I don't know who would do that, but like you could use her in Arena, I guess, as a secondary cleave. Or you could do some niche crap with the double lots, you know. But pushing her forward wastes Oxlot's attack buff, because she gives her own attack buff. And like positioning her in your team to go first to where she can get attack buff. Excuse me. She won't do any damage when she actually goes to cleave on the next turn, so I don't know. Like, you definitely want to take advantage of using her greater attack buff, but there's no extra turn mechanic on her. I think Soul Burn increased damage on her S2 is cool, but maybe if they gave her a 20 Soul Burn on her S3 for an extra turn, she would be a lot better. At least in PvP. The Soul Burn is, like, it applies to the first hit, but not the second or third if they continue going. And, like, one of the annoying thing is, like, if you're using her to farm, right? Generally, all of the fodder that you're hitting, or all the mobs that you're hitting, have, like, the same HP, right? So, if you kill one, you're gonna kill all of them. Which means that thing is not gonna proc, right? To go off a second time. So that mechanic doesn't even really do anything for you in that situation. One thing that I can see her being like good for is, like I said, Asthmatic 11 and Banshee. Like if you pair her with SS Bologna. So like, and this is my thought process behind that. Like, so if Banshee hits your entire team before she goes into the next phase, right? Your SS Bologna will do her counter and potentially defense break some of those units. And then your Vivian will go and do her S2 and potentially hit, you know, this unit defense broken this one, but the other two aren't. So those two that are defense broken will likely die, and then she'll go again and get some damage on the other ones, if not kill them. So that's how I could see her being useful there. And the same case for Asthmatic 11. Like, the big bug bitch will, you know, will attack you, and then some of those eggs. And SS Blood will potentially go. She can defense break one and not the other. And then Vivian will go and hit the defense break and then proc her S2 again and then kill the second one. You know, that's kind of how I'm looking at using her. I think she's pretty good paired with SS Bologna and PvE content. She will probably be pretty good for clearing the Automaton Tower. But that's really all I see her being good for. Like, if you're looking for a cleaver, like, this ain't it, Chief. She can be used. I'm not saying she can't be used to cleave, but there's just better options out there. I would arguably say Clarissa is better than her at cleaving. But, you know, and, well, I guess she is Earth, and there's a lot of water units in the meta now. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll give it a shot and let you guys know what I think about it. I guess I could just show you how mine's built real quick. She's not even level 40 yet, but she's actually hitting pretty hard, so I'm actually curious to see what her damage looks like when she's max level, max awakened. So I will probably do another video giving, you know, my post-use thoughts. Since these are just my initial thoughts. She's down here somewhere. There she is. So yeah, I just got her on a speed set with an attack main ring, speed main boots, and I got her on a crit main neck. But these are her stats over here. Obviously the attack, defense, and health isn't going to show what it should be because she's level 37. But, you know, she's got some crit damage, max crit, and about 200 speed. So it's kind of how I have her built. I might experiment with her a little bit when we get a free equip again. but I think this artifact's pretty good on her. Like, maxed out, this gives 20 attack. And if you notice, like, it says after attacking all enemies. So if she procs her S2 3 times, that's 3 stacks of this in one turn. It's actually pretty good on her. And it scales off attack, and she's got really high attack, and she gives herself a greater attack buff. So honestly, like, if this artifact was made for any mage, I think it was made for her. Because you get 20% attack on top of 75% attack. You know, so you're effectively doubling your attack just within her own kit, which is very good. Portrait's also good, you know. Radiant Forever can be good on her too. Caladra, you know, all those artifacts. But I really think this one is really good on her because this combined with her greater attack buff effectively doubles her attack, which is pretty insane if you ask me. But yeah, those are my thoughts on her. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll try and get back to you. I've been more busy lately. I'm working, and, you know, my internet sucks. So I try to upload what I can. I try to upload while I'm at work or while I'm sleeping. So that's why I was recording this video, so I could upload it while I was at work today. So yeah, appreciate you watching. If I helped you out, let me know. If I didn't help you out, let me know. Give me a like if you want. And if you're new here, subscribe. Have a good one. Later.